actually choose India. It just happened, you see. We were sent here during the war, and from the very first glimpses we liked it and just wanted to stay on. We've always looked upon all work in the theatre as vocational. All audiences are alike, really. Some make more noise than others. That is the only difference.
Stay, you that bear the cross, and set it down.
What black magician conjures up this fiend to stop devoted charitable deeds?
Villain, set down the cross, or by St. Paul I make a course of him that disobeys. Arms and a dog, stand thou when I command. Advance thy halberd higher than my breast, or by St. Paul I'll strike thee to my foot, and spurn upon thee, beggar, for thy bonus.
What? Do you tremble? Are you all afraid? Alas, I blame you not, for you are mortal, and mortal eyes cannot endure the devil. Avaunt, thou dreadful minister of hell! Thou hast the power over his mortal body, his soul thou canst not have, therefore be gone.
After all, to get a really aesthetic enjoyment from the play of Shakespeare, you have to know it pretty well, know what is happening, and be familiar with the words. If not, the play is very difficult to get anything out of.
If thou delight to view thy heinous deeds, behold this pattern of thy butcheries. Oh, gentlemen, see, dead Henry's wounds open their congealed mouths and bleed afresh. Blush, thou lump of foul deformity, for 'tis thy presence that exhales this blood from cold and empty veins where no blood dwells. O God, which this blood makes, revenge his death. O earth, which this blood drinks, to revenge his death.
Lady, you know no rules of charity, which renders good for
I am very fond of Othello. I love Hamlet. I like playing Macbeth. But nowadays, I really think if I'm really asked, I love the comedies best of all.
Wonderful when devils tell.
I really don't know what I would say. People always ask me what is my favourite part. I really don't know. I should think Falstaff is probably the nearest. I probably look more like it than anything else.
Such safe diffused infection of a man, for these known evils but to give me leave by circumstance to curse thy cursed self.
Fairer than tongue can name thee, let me have some patient leisure to excuse myself.
Fouler than heart can think thee, thou canst make no excuse current but to hang.
I don't agree with Shakespeare's idea of the fellow with a hump on his back, like Richard at all.
For doing worthy vengeance on thyself that didst unworthy slaughter.
For my own part, I love seeing great actors play great plays. To me, it's like being hand in hand with a poet and flying.
A devilish slave by thee.
I did not kill your husband.
By them, he is alive.
Nay, he's dead, and slain by Edward.
In thy foul throat thou liest. Queen Margaret saw thy murderous falcon smoking in his blood, the which thou once didst spend against her breast, but that thy brothers beat aside the point.
I was provoked by her slanderous tongue that laid their guilt upon my guiltless shoulders.
Provoked by thy bloody mind that never dreamt on aught but butcheries. Didst thou not kill this king?
I grant.
Why bring up dying? For that matter, why start a film with a funeral? Probably because funerals are so obvious here in the East, and why not? Well, we all do it, don't we? But here in India, and in the East generally, the dead, he's the leading man. I rather like that part. In the West, he or she is just a box hurried to an oven or a hole in the ground. Why not make the best of it like they do in India? For my own part, I'd rather be carried through the sunlight, covered with flowers, to the tune of flutes, and carried by my friends, than hurried past traffic lights by strangers, with me in a packing case.
Your beauty was the cause of my death. Your beauty that did haunt me in my sleep to undertake the death of all the world, so I might live in 1 hour in your sweet bosom.
I thought that I tell ye, homicide, these nails should rend that beauty from my cheek.
These eyes could not endure that beauty's wreck. You should not relish it if I stood by.
You see, I don't think I really should have been an actor at all. My most prized criticism was from Calcutta, when the editor of the New Statesman said, you know, you don't look like an actor. You look like a successful Victorian pork butcher.
Now on both.
What would I were to be revenged on me?
It is a quarrel most unnatural to be revenged on him that loveth thee.
It is a quarrel just and reasonable to be revenged on him that slew my husband.
He that bereft thee of thy husband, lady, did it to help thee to a better husband.
During the 30s, the theatre, once a land of adventure, had gradually become a temple to conformity, where physical structures and financial restrictions tied down all but the most daring. But there were still a few unique individuals willing to forgo the security of the known. The husband and wife team of Geoffrey Kendall and Laura Liddell is to be found among this unique group.
Tomorrow is the joyful day, Audrey. Tomorrow will we be married.
I do desire it with all my heart, and hope it is no dishonest desire to be a woman of the world.
They formed a theatre company which performed thousands of times all over India and Southeast Asia for 3 decades, donning their costumes wherever they found an audience, relying solely on merit to ensure that they were rewarded for their efforts.
Ha!
I think that's a very nice way of putting it.
Their careers began at the end of the era of the great actor-managers.
The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral comical, historical pastoral, tragical historical, tragical comical historical pastoral, scene individual, or poem unlimited.
Before the Second World War, they had already established themselves as fine Shakespearean actors.
Now all the youth of England are on fire, and silken dalliance in the wardrobe lies. Now thrive the armourers, and honour's thought reigns solely in the breast of every man.
When the war came, Geoffrey was called up and drafted into Enser to entertain the troops. They were posted to India, and there Geoffrey and Laura found a spiritual home. At the end of the war, they set about rebuilding their theatrical lives.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep.
All the time, one idea was burning at the back of Geoffrey's mind: how to combine his passion for the theatre with his newfound love, India.
To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub.
Then the idea was born. Instead of playing in England, he would form his own company and tour that vast land. Geoffrey and Peter Meriton, a fellow actor who'd been in Enser with him in India, brought their families together to form a company of 6 players: Geoffrey, Laura, their 14-year-old daughter Jennifer, Peter's brother Geoffrey Richards, and his sister Eileen Garner. There was a seventh non-acting member of the company, Jeff and Laura's second daughter, 6-month-old Felicity. In January 1947, the new company, calling itself Shakespearistan, set sail for Bombay on the SS Strathmore, a voyage that was to begin a lifetime of travels for Geoffrey and Laura.
But he that hath the steerage of my course, direct my sail. On, lusty gentlemen!
Ah, Mr. Kendall, how much money are you having on your person?
I'm as poor as Joe, my lord, but not so patient.
Will you please be writing that on this form 3 times?
Armed with little money and a scattering of advance bookings, Shakespearean landed in Bombay. But in addition to their costumes, they brought with them the conviction that there were audiences all over India hungry for what they had to offer.
That hunger broke stone walls, that dogs must eat, that meat was made for mouths, that the gods sent not corn for the rich men only.
Quickly they let their presence be known.
Don, meet me at the St. Xavier's College Hall, Bombay, Saturday, January the 25th at 6:30 to see The Merchant of Venice.
Only 3,000 people can see The Merchant of Venice this week at St. Xavier's Hall. Are you going to be one of them? Nightly at 6:30. Book now.
Performing plays written for casts of 20 or more was no simple task for such a small company. Even at a later date, when expatriate veteran actor and teacher Frank Wheatley joined, the actors still had to perform 2 or more parts in most plays. Only Geoffrey's judicious editing saved them from playing even more roles. But, condensed or not, despite being hit by a transport strike and curfew, Shakespearean's Shakespeare proved a success from the opening night.
Shakespeare.
Using the traditional munshi, the letter writer found outside every post office, Geoffrey began following up contacts to get advance bookings.
Headmaster. St. Paul's School. Yeah, Darjeeling.
With its great railway system, arranging transport through India should have been a simple matter, but...
A compartment for 60s.
All gentlemen?
No, 3 ladies and 3 men.
Then you would need 2 compartments.
What?
One for the gentlemen and one for the ladies.
No, that's not necessary. We're all together.
But gentlemen and ladies mustn't be in the same compartment.
Yes, but it's my wife.
All the ladies?
No, not all of them. One of them.
Ah, then you are needing 3 compartments. One for you and your wife and one for...
Now don't be an ass. We're together, all together.
But Sahib, ladies and gentlemen...
Look, we are actors.
What, Sahib?
Actors.
Actors, Sahib?
Yes, we're actors. We're touring India. We're all together.
Then it's all your family, Sahib.
No, you idiot. We're a troupe. We're a troupe. We're called Shakespearean.
That is your caste?
We perform Shakespeare.
Acha. Shakespeare, Sahib.
Go, take up these clothes here quickly. Where's the cowl-staff? Look how you drumble. Carry them to the laundress in Datchet Mead. Quickly, come. We thought it best to wash our own costumes.
As the months passed by, the company was to use every conceivable form of transport. And even camel carts. Wherever there was an audience, they went. Schools and colleges, universities, cinemas, and Maharaja's palaces.
That handkerchief which I so loved and gave as thee, thou gavest to Cassio.
No, by my life and soul. Send for the man and ask him.
Sweet soul, take heed of perjury, thou'rt on thy deathbed.
Aye, but not yet to die.
Yes, presently. Therefore confess thee freely of thy sin, for to deny each article with oath cannot remove nor choke the strong conception that I do groan withal. Thou art to die.
Then Lord have mercy on me.
I say, Amen.
And have you mercy too. I never did offend you in my life. Never loved Cassio, but with such general warranty of heaven as I might love, I never gave him token.
By heaven, I saw my handkerchief in hand. Oh, Persian woman, thou dost stone my heart, and makes me call what I intend to do a murder, which I thought a sacrifice. I saw the handkerchief.
He found it then. I never gave it him. Send for him hither. Let him confess of truth.
He hath confessed.
What, my lord?
That he hath used thee.
Unlawfully?
Aye.
He will not say so.
No, his mouth is stopped, or if Iago have ta'en order for
Oh,
him.
my dear interpreter, what is he dead?
Had all his hairs been lies, my great revenge had summoned for them all.
As he is betrayed and I undone.
Oh, strumpet! Weep thou for him to my
Banish me, Lord, but kill me not. Kill me tomorrow. Let me live tonight. But half an hour. But while I say one prayer.
It is too late! It is too late! Stop pulling me down. I'm the bloody strangler, not you.
India had gained its independence, but it was in political turmoil.
Beware the eyes of love. Beware the eyes of love.
Hindus and Muslims were at each other's throats.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today.
Caesar shall forth. The things that threaten me ne'er look but on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies yet, now they fright me. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets, and graves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Fierce fiery warriors fight upon the clouds, in ranks and squadrons and right form of war, which drizzled blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle hurtled in the air, Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. Oh, Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
What can be avoided whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth, for these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I have heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
Gandhi was dead. The actors feared there would be no time for English drama in the midst of the national drama. The first tour was brought to an end.
Charles, nay, and most like, you must not stay here longer. Your dismission has come from Caesar, therefore hear it, Antony. Call in the messengers. As I am Egypt's queen, thou blushest, Antony, and that blush of thine is Caesar's harbinger. Health, so thy cheeks make shame, when shrill tongue Fulvia. Cold,
Let Rome in time melt, and the wide arch of the range empire fall. Here is my space, kingdoms are slain. Our dungy earth feels alike, these beasts of men. The nobleness of life is a do thus, when such a mutual pair and such a twain can do it, in which I bind on pain of punishment. The world too weak, we stand up, fearless.
It took Geoffrey and Laura a number of years before they could organize their second tour of India. But in 1953, the Geoffrey Kendall Theatre Company, with 5 new members, including myself, sailed once more for Bombay. Using our savings to pay our passages, we arrived in India even worse off than our predecessors.
The barge she sat in, like a burnished throne, burned on the water. The poop was beaten gold, purple the sails, and so perfumed that the winds were lovesick with them. The oars were silver, which to the tune of flutes kept stroke, and made the water which they beat to follow faster, as amorous of their strokes. For her own person it beggared all description. She did lie in her pavilion, cloth of gold, of tissue, over-picturing that Venus where we see the fancy outwork nature. On each side of her stood pretty, dimpled boys, like smiling cupids, with divers coloured fans, whose wind did seem to glow the delicate cheeks which they did cool, and what they undid, did. Her gentlewomen, like the naiads, so many mermaids, tended her in the eyes, and made their bends adorning. At the helm a seeming mermaid steers. The silken tackle swells with the touches of those flower-soft hands that yearly frame the office. From the barge, a strange, invisible perfume hits the sense of the adjacent wharfs. The city cast her people out upon her, and Antony, enthroned in the marketplace, did sit alone, whistling to the air, which but for vacancy had gone to gaze on Cleopatra too, and made a gap in nature.
By doing 2 performances a day, and I believe on one occasion 3, the company soon re-established the reputation of its forerunner, and then surpassed it.
Only vaulting ambition, which all leaps itself and falls upon the other. And what news?
It's almost sucked. Why have you left the chamber?
Have he asked for me?
No, you'll not, he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. I I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst to do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man.
Is this a dagger which I see before me, a handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat of person brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. I see thee yet, and on thy blade and dungeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There is no such thing. It is the bloody business that imports thus to mine eye.
Macbeth, Othello, and other Shakespearean plays were soon joined in the company's repertoire with other classics from the English stage.
Why should he pull at his horse?
He's running away with him, of course. You don't suppose the poor devil wants to get there first and get himself killed, do you? When an old bachelor marries a young wife, what is he to expect?
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come.
The most popular play of all was The Merchant of Venice.
Signor Antonio, many a time and oft in the Rialto you have rated me about me monies and me uses. Still am I borne in with a patient shrug, for sufferance is the badge of all our tribe. You call me misbeliever, cutthroat, dog, and scratch up a between Aberdeen, and all for use of that which is mine own. Go to. It now appears you need my help. You come to me and you say, Shylock, we would have monies. You say so, you, who did void your room upon me beard, and put me as you spurn a stranger cur over your threshold. Monies is your suit. What shall I say to you? Shall I not say, hath a dog monies?
खाते में वो भी लिखा हुआ है साहब।
तो खाली हाथ 500 रुपए दे दो। अभी तो 2 महीने नहीं हुए तुमने पैसा लिया, फिर पैसा चाहिए?
बस 500 की बात है हजूर, सिर्फ 500।
500 गिरवी क्या रखोगे? जमीन वमीन कुछ है? और
जमीन कहाँ पे हजूर? जमीन तो आपके नाम पे लिखाई हुई है, आपके खाते में।
तो जेवर और कुछ लाए हो?
हजूर, माई बाप, पैसों की बहुत जरूरत है हजूर। अब बस अभी तो सिर्फ ये रखिए, बस इसे आप सुन लीजिए बस।
अच्छा मैं देता हूँ, लेकिन वापस दे देना, समझे? हाँ
वापस करो।
ये लो, 1 2 3 4 5, ये 100 रुपया सूद लो। लो, हाँ वापस दे देना वक्त पर। हाँ लो, संभालो पगड़ी।
If you repay me not on such a day and such a place, such sum, or sums as are set forth in the condition, let the forfeiture be nominated for an equal pound of your fair flesh.
रामो 500 रुपया पाया, 100 रुपया सूद का दिया। लो, दस्तखत करोगे, अंगूठे का छाप दोगे?
अंगूठा जी।
अच्छा लो, ठीक है
माई बाप
जाओ वापस कर देना.
Geoffrey was onto a winner, bringing a little touch of England everywhere his company went.
Ah, what a life were this. How sweet. How lovely. By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her receives, her use, and her tease. And thus she makes her great ease. It is out of question, my lady's hand. To who should it be? To the unknown beloved. Listen, my good wishes have been praised by your leave wax. And the impression of her Lucrece with which she uses to see. It is my lady. To whom should this be?
And Cordo, and shalt be what thou hast promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, but not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily. Wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Have thou some surgeon, Shylock, on your charge? To stop his wounds, lest he do bleed to death?
Is it so nominated in the bond?
It is not so expressed, but what is that to good you do so much for charity?
I cannot find it. It is not in the bond.
The critics loved it, and the drama critic of the Indian Thinker reported after one performance,
The large educated gathering of spectators showed the high appreciation by cheers at the appropriate moments.
Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them.
Soon, the players enjoyed an adulation which equaled the hysteria that engulfed pop stars in the West. Geoffrey Kendall and Laura Liddell play their greatest hit.
Friends, Romans, countrymen,
Julius Caesar.
Romeo, Romeo.
Romeo and
Wherefore
Juliet.
Thou Romeo?
all the world's a stage,
As you like
and
it.
all the men and women nearly play.
There the beasts up there low high,
The tempest.
the ships there lie.
And many, many more.
Where is Malvolio? He is sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
Sweet lady!
How now? Malvolio!
Sweet lady! How?
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad, madam, I could be sad. It does make some constriction in the blood, this cross-gartering. If it please one, it is meant to please. 'Tis the old proverb is, please one and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What What is the matter with me?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs.
शिवाजी राजा। राजा साहब, ठीक है। मिर्जा राजा, हम शरणागति की रस्म अदा करें। आप जैसे पिता तुल्य राजपूत के सामने हाथ बांधकर हाजिर।
Of course, the non-English speaking audiences had their own theatre. Small companies also touring the country, setting up their stages in village squares.
राजा साहब, खाड़ियों पहाड़ियों में लूट मार करके 4 देहातों और 2 किलो पर कब्जा करके सल्तनत कायम नहीं होती।
But because of India's numerous languages and dialects, they had no great national following.
मिर्जा राजा, हमने सुना है हमें पामाल करने की खातिर आप कोटी चंडी अनुष्ठान करके निकले।
The only way for an Indian actor to achieve superstardom was on the Hindi screen.
हमें लड़ा रही है विधाता था, ये कैसा निर्मम खेल है मिर्जा राजा। हमें हंसी आ गई थी बात, मतलब साफ है। मिर्जा राजा अभी की हथेली की रका पर पाव रखकर औरंगजेब शाही घोड़े पर सवार हुआ है। अगर आप भी सवारी करते मिर्जा राजा, अगर आप ही तख्त नशीं होते
राजा साहब,
आज आपको दक्कन में उतरने की जहमत उठानी न पड़ती। हम पाव प्यादे दिल्ली की तीर्थ यात्रा करते, आपके चरणों पर सिर नवाकर अपनी छोटी।
A few Hindi film stars did emerge from these touring companies, but mostly their only training was a sense of drama taken directly out of the rituals of their daily life.
trippingly on the tongue.